and welcome to a brand new Nerds United on YouTube. My name is Greg Mahochko, and as he always is, this handsome devil over here is the co-host of the year, Mike Luther. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Greg. How are you?
Doing great, sir. How are you?
I am doing pretty good.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear.
I'm just telling you right now, I'm not going to do this the entire video, but I'm slightly better at looking at the camera only because for the last couple of days, I've had to record and re-record lessons that are going to be given out to students that are doing remote online learning. So I stare at the camera, but it's just weird. I'm going to look at you now.
Practice makes perfect, Mike. And hey, think of it this way. You're not looking at the camera. You're looking at everybody.
Oh, hey, everybody. How are you doing? Me, I'm doing good.
That's why we have these exercises, Mike.
That's right.
So have you had a good week?
Yeah, got Nolan registered for school today, which is the first time I've ever done that, which is, I know, probably bad because he's 16, but still. He's basically registered. I haven't paid for – he has his classes. They were super friendly with him. He has his classes. He knows where they walked him around school. He knows where he's going. I have to apparently pay money for him to go to school. And
wait. Don't you already do that in taxes?
You would think. I mean, America.
Especially in that community, I happen to know they got a little bit of money.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I mean, I don't, but they do.
They in entirety.
It's look. It's at the point now where like I know he's going to school. So yeah.
And you even know which building.
I do. I know which building. I know when he's going to be there. I'm not going to tell everybody. I'm not going to tell our 18 subscribers. Should be 20, but yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, it's probably safe. Yeah. For safety purposes.
No.
So, well, good. I'm glad that you had a productive week.
How was yours?
It is good.
I mean, people aren't going to know the times, but this is probably one of the latest times we've started a podcast or video, and at least in a while, because usually it's about an hour and a half earlier than it is right now. So just so anybody know, that not in the video portion of it, but for those who are listening to the podcast when it comes out, usually the podcast comes out first. If there's a silence for a while, that means Greg fell asleep.
Not tonight, buddy. It's been a good night. Had a great meal. Can I do a shout out?
You darn tootin' you can.
Well, obviously, I live in Belleville, the greatest city in the world. But tonight I had to do a little business down south. And in wrapping up that business, I asked the people I was doing business with, all right, so we've already talked a little bit about restaurants because they knew I was taking my family down there. My wife and son waited in the vehicle while I got a few papers signed. And I had said ahead of time, what are places in town that you like to eat at that are good? And they had recommended an Italian restaurant. I looked up the menu, and it looked very good. And they said, we also thought of this place called the St. Nicholas Brewing Company. So if you're ever in DuQuoin, Illinois, you got to check out the St. Nicholas Brewing Company. First of all, as the name might indicate, they brew their own beers, of which I had a couple.
Okay, yes.
And they were quite tasty. I had the Peloton Pale Ale. I think that's what it was. And the 5-speed lager. So good beers. Also had a very delicious, I had what they call their basic burger. It's not like, oh, she's so basic or whatever the hell that is. It was just a classic cheeseburger, and their fries were real good. My wife had I think it's called their hot and spicy burger or sweet and spicy. That's what it is. Sweet and spicy burger, and it's got a sweet element and a spicy element. I don't know. I didn't have it.
That's weird. Huh.
And my son had a little like 6-inch pizza for himself. And
cheese pizza.
Yeah, of course. You know, talk about basic. And we shared some appetizers. And because of social distancing, we sat at a patio table that was set up in the bank parking lot across the alley. And until other people came over and sat at, neighboring tables, it was the best restaurant seat I've ever had because it was away from everybody. So it was great. The food was fantastic. The beers were delicious, and the prices were reasonable, and the service staff was great.
So you've already had 2 beers, and not your typical 2 Bud Lights or whatever. You've had 2 probably a little bit stronger beers. So I don't even know how this podcast is gonna go right now. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be great. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
My one regret, Mike, is that I don't have more beers right now. That's how good I'm feeling.
Well, you're correct. You might not have more beers in there, but you do have something in that fridge.
You know the rules. We're not allowed to break that out until we hit week 2-0.
No. The rules wasn't we can't break it out until then. You could break it out every night if you wanted to. Just make sure there's some left.
No, I'm not that thirsty. When we get to doing the audio portion of the podcast, I will have some water because I've been dealing with a sore throat this week from some. We spent a lot of last weekend outside. Well, part of it because I did the 5K, which obviously was outside, and then I mowed the yard on Sunday and chopped it down and then mowed it. So got all that done. But allergies got me, so I actually worked from home on Thursday of this week. So
nice.
Spent all day on the phone. It was great.
Getting paid? I'm assuming.
No, not yet. Maybe someday.
You work on commission only?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Some people I think you would be good at that because you've already done, sales and stuff like that. Me personally, I couldn't. If I had to do commission only, no. But more power to you.
It's a tough game. Like you have to get your mind in the mindset that you're no longer hourly. You're no longer like salary or wage. You don't get paid unless you do the work. You know what I mean? Which sucks because I'm not always the most motivated. But I'm working on it. I have been trying really hard.
Good, I'm sure.
So, can we do some show and tell?
I was just going to say, you mentioned before we started that you had something to show.
I do. I have lots of things to show.
All right. Whip it out.
So, not so.
What? No, I'm saying whip out the thing you have. Show it.
Yeah.
That's what they say where I'm from. Whip it out. And then here it is.
So not too many people will pick up on this reference. I mean, everybody watching this video probably knows the show Futurama, but they may not know necessarily it's in the later seasons, and they're talking about the size of Bender's antenna.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, it's a grower, not a shower. So I said that to my wife once, and she rolled her eyes and shook her head.
I'm hoping you did it in the Bender voice.
I don't have a good Joe DiMaggio Bender voice. That's a tough one.
Only Joe DiMaggio has it.
That's why I think he gets paid the big bucks. So anyway, show and tell real quick. And then we've got a long night full of podcasting fun to get to. But this weekend, particularly if they're listening to this Saturday night, August 8th, we're going to do a family movie night in our house. And after I picked up my son from daycare today, we went into Main Street, Belleville, there's a little shop. I don't know if a lot of people know about it, right next to the Lincoln Theater, and it's called Abe's Gourmet Popcorn.
I've heard of it.
Mike, I got popcorn.
I mean, I would assume so from there.
Not just that. So I asked my wife, I said, what requests popcorn wise would you have if we were to get popcorn? And she said, well, my two favorite popcorns are caramel popcorn and like cheesy popcorn. That's a good old big bag of cheddar popcorn right there, Mike.
Yeah.
Now, they have a type here. I'm going to label, I think, does it invert that or can you read it?
No, it says a Belleville blend.
Belleville blend. And I asked the young lady behind the counter, I said, what is the Belleville blend? And she says, it is caramel popcorn, which you can clearly see. Mm-hmm. But the other, like the white popcorn pieces, are white cheddar and jalapeno. So it's a little bit of heat and sweet.
It's basically a Chicago style, but instead, because I believe Chicago style is caramel and cheese. So instead of cheese, they're doing white cheddar jalapeno, which makes it different.
Sure.
Interesting.
But, heat and sweet's what my nickname used to be in high school.
I went to high school with you. It's definitely not your nickname at all. Never once heard. I remember you saying, hey, everybody, call me Heat and Sweet, but it didn't work out.
You know what they did? They gave me a Melvin in gym class. That's what they responded. All right, so this was, I'll be honest with you, this is a curiosity of mine. And then my son was there, and they would allow us to take, a couple little samples, try it. And we actually rolled up, and I'm looking at all the options, and my son loves sweets and cake. And I said, hey, they have this birthday cake flavor. And so she brought out, a couple little popcorn pieces of the birthday cake flavor. And I tried, and I loved it. And he's like, so. But again, the kid only eats like 4 things. So this is not an indictment on that. So this one caught my eye because I think we've talked about how I've always loved blue raspberry.
Yes.
And so this is blue raspberry popcorn.
Okay, interesting.
I'm unnaturally excited to try this. But the coup de grace, if you will. Mike, I'm really excited to share this with you. I'm going to split the screen so people can see your reaction as I lift up chocolate peanut butter, Mike.
Oh, yes. That's the one right there.
And this is the big bag. So this is where it's at. Now, how many of these bags will be eaten during family movie night? I don't know.
Better question. How many are actually going to be eating tonight?
No. I made a promise to my son because he thought it, as soon as we got the popcorn back in the truck, that it was popcorn time. And then, of course, we went on our adventure tonight down to DuQuoin. And he's like, "Can we have popcorn?" I said, "No, popcorn is for movie night."
That's fair.
Can we watch a movie? Well, we'll do family movie night tomorrow night. So I don't have any of it, Mike.
What movie are you watching tomorrow? Do you know?
It was easier to determine the flavors of popcorn we were going to have than the movie we will eventually watch. So I don't know. But we're going to watch a movie, going to have some fun, eat some popcorn.
That sounds like a good time. It really does.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because what else are you going to do on a Saturday night? You can't go anywhere.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Nolan and I have watched, last couple weekends, we watched a couple movies. What did I have on my, oh. I don't know. I probably can't say on here what he watched. But it was there. No, nothing really bad. No, nothing bad.
You can say it, Mike. It's okay. This is a safe place.
Well, let's see. We watched Neighbors 2, Deadpool. He's old enough now for Deadpool.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he's PG-13.
Yeah. No, Deadpool, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rated R.
He's PGR.
Yeah, exactly. What else? Oh, Kingsman. And then we were going to watch Kingsman Golden Circle, but he'd seen it already. But they were fun.
So my boy loves dinosaurs. I think we've established that in the past. And we had, I think, exhausted every dinosaur show that we could watch. Like, he's seen The Good Dinosaur from Pixar. He's seen The Good Land Before Time. I don't know about 2 through 18. I don't know if they're any good, but the first one's good.
Yes.
And, various dinosaur cartoons. And we're flipping through Netflix last Sunday, about 4 o'clock, I think. And he comes across, we scroll across. You can very clearly tell there's a dinosaur in the poster that they use on Netflix. He says, "Oh, dinosaur, let's watch dinosaur." I said, "Buddy, I don't think you want to watch this dinosaur movie." He's like, "Yeah, I want to watch it." I said, "Well, unlike in most of the cartoons and stuff you watch, not all the dinosaurs are friendly." "No, I want to watch dinosaur. I look at my wife. She's like, "The worst case scenario is we turn it off." So last Sunday we got about an hour into Jurassic Park.
The first one?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm surprised you got an hour in.
He got all the way to, he got to, spoiler alert, there's a part in the middle of the movie where the lawyer inspector guy gets eaten off the toilet, and he got through that part. And I think it was right about as Dr. Grant and the kids were going to fall down the cement barricade.
Yeah.
So he's like, "I don't want to watch this anymore."
Hey, an hour in, I'm impressed.
So there you go. And to my knowledge, no nightmares about that. So, and he's still watching dinosaur cartoons. Didn't scare him away from dinosaurs.
Perfect.
So, all right, Mike, this has been a fun YouTube chat. Thanks for hanging out and staying up. And we're going to stay up even later because as soon as we hit stop recording, we're going to go record the audio version. And if you're coming to the YouTube video before the podcast, find it at jitterymonkey.com and all of your podcast platforms. And he is the devilishly handsome Michael Luther. I am the regularly handsome Greg Bahachko. We're Nerds United. Be kind.
And rewind.